Hi everyone! Welcome to our first virtual week of writing lessons. I heard that some of you have been writing at home, and I actually got to hear a couple stories over the phone. So if you want to email me or text me pictures or call me and tell me your stories that you've been working on, I would love that. Okay. So when we're doing writing lessons, usually you're used to sitting on the carpet and turning and talking to a partner. Well, we don't have turn and talk partners unless you're sitting with someone at home as you do this video. And so I have a new friend here who can be your turn and talk partner. Are you ready to meet him? Okay. Hi, this is Turn and Talk Ted. Everyone wave. Yeah, he's ready to listen to you with his big bunny ears. And every time Miss Cummings says turn and talk, then he'll come up and he'll be ready to listen. Because even though we're not talking to our partners, it's still important to think out loud and talk about what you're thinking as we read the book, because that's what helps you become a better reader and writer, is when you can talk about what you're thinking. All right? Right. We're ready. The book that we're reading this week is called What Happens at an Airport. And this is a different kind of book than the books that we have been reading in the past. It's called a nonfiction book. Can you say nonfiction? Nonfiction is different from a book that's like a story, because nonfiction is about real life and it has real facts. This is a book called Olivia that I think we have read before, and this is called a fiction book because this is a story that's not real. This story is about a pig who wears a dress. You know, that's not a real fact. It's just a story. It's fiction. And so we're going to start reading more nonfiction books that have real facts. And you're going to be writing some nonfiction with real facts. Okay. Are you ready to practice turning and talking? All right. My first question is, what do you know or think you know about airports? Okay. And who has been to an airport? If you've been to an airport, can you tell us? If you haven't been to an airport, do you know someone who has been? Okay. I'm going to start reading this book, and I want you to keep in mind what you already know about airports and see what new things you learn. All right. What happens at an airport? Hi kids, I'm your pal Sammy. Have you ever been to an airport? I'm here to show and tell what happens at an airport. So come on, turn the page and get ready for takeoff. Airports are busy places. Today Carlos will fly in an airplane. He and his mom are going to visit his aunt. They check in to get their tickets. Their boarding tickets. A worker takes their suitcases to put on the plane. Tickets. Next, they find their gate. A worker takes their tickets. She shows them where to get on the plane. Gate. What have you learned from the book so far? Turn and talk. A worker gets on the plane ready. The man uses a long hose to put fuel into the plane. Fuel. A worker loads suitcases onto the plane. That means that he puts them on there. The bags travel along a moving belt. A flight attendant greets Carlos and his mom. He will help them find their seats. Flight attendant. And greets means that he says hello. He greets Carlos and his mom. Okay. What new things have you learned? Okay. Carlos and his mom pass the cockpit. The cockpit is the area where the pilot sits. Pilot, cockpit. It's time for takeoff. A worker helps the big plane onto the runway. Runway. The airplane takes off from the runway. Many people make an airport work. Okay. What new information have you learned? Turn and talk. How is a book like What Happens at the Airport different from a book like Olivia? Think. How are those different? Turn and talk. Okay. You might have learned that to go to an airport you need a ticket. Or that you go to some place called a gate to get on the airplane. You could have learned that workers need to put fuel on the plane and put the suitcases on before you go. You could have learned what a cockpit is. And these two books are different because What Happens at an Airport is nonfiction, and a book like Olivia is a fiction book. Okay. Now, I've also posted 2 other read-alouds that I want you to listen to. They're A Frog's Life and Summer. As you're reading those other nonfiction books or listening to me read them, I want you to think about what your favorite part of those books are. I'm going to show you how I might share my favorite part of the book, What Happens at an Airport. Okay. I'm going to pick a page that I liked the best. I liked this page the best because I can see that Carlos and his mom have excited faces because they're going to visit a family member. And I know that I'm always really excited when I get to go visit somebody that I really want to see. Okay. So that was a page that I liked from the book. Now I'd like you to listen to What Happens at an Airport again, or you can listen to one of these other books and talk with somebody about what your favorite part of the books are. And I'll see you tomorrow for some nonfiction writing.